How can I do that? If I want to add two numbers, A and B, and I want to put it into what C, how would I do that? Please respond. I'll have the chat box open as well. If I want the value of A plus B, how would I do that?
Sir, by taking three variables,
Yeah, C equals to what?
declaring A and B,
Very good.
C equals to A plus B.
C equals to what? A plus B. The same logic of what this can be applied to what addition of your two matrices, where you'll be reading one matrix A and you'll be reading two second matrix B, and you're going to add up, okay, and you're going to
Third
get
map.
C, right? So, what are the declarations that you need to make? What are the declarations that you need to make here? What are the declarations that you need to make here? So the program is about.
Three variables.
Very good. Very good. Okay. At least you're responding good. Okay. So program to what? Add two matrices. Okay. Add to what? Matrices. Okay. Right. So what are the declarations? First, let me get into what hash include stdio.h. Right. Hash include stdio.h void main. Okay. And next, integer declarations. How many matrices are needed for this one? How many matrices are needed for this one, ma?
Three.
Yeah, very good.
Sir, 3.
Three matrices, very good. Okay, three matrices are required. Okay, say A of 50. Okay, A of 50 and what 50. Okay, right. So first matrix declaration, matrix A, and next B of what 50. Okay, and what 50. B of 50 and what 50 here. B of what? Sorry. Okay, B of 50 50, and next sorry, B of 50 50. 1 minute, yeah, and next C of 50 50. Three matrices are required, two to add, and the third one to what? And the third one to what? Okay, store the resultant matrix. Right. And what are the other declarations that are needed, ma? And
I,
what are the
J,
very
and
good? Yeah, I, J, and what? M and what? N. So those are the declarations that are there. Those who have not listened yesterday's class, please listen. Why? Because after this particular program, I'm going to skip this particular part of word declarations and all. Right. Next, so that is what the declaration part for the program. Right. Now, what are you going to do? You have to scan the elements into what array. How are you going to do that? First, let us write a okay printf. What is the next step? What is the next step? We are going to read the elements. In order to read the elements, you need to know the values of what? N by N matrix. So what are you going to do? What am I going to write here?
value of n, value
Yeah,
of m
yeah.
and value of n.
Very good. You have to read the value of what? N and what? N. Okay. Printf, enter the value of, okay, or enter the number of rows, or yeah, enter number of rows, okay, and enter the number of what? Rows, space, okay, and what? A semicolon. Very good. Okay, scanf, percentile D, okay, percentile D, comma, ampersand what? N. Percentile D and what? Ampersand N, right? And next afterwards, printf, okay, printf, enter number of columns, enter the number of what? Columns, semicolon here, scanf, okay, percentile D, and what? Ampersand M. Percentile D and what? Ampersand M, sorry, percentile D and ampersand what? N. You can also put R and C, whatever variable names you want to put, you can put. Okay, percentile D, ampersand N, and ampersand M. R for rows and C was for columns, whatever it may be. Okay, what all the variable names you can use it. Yeah, I got a direct message. Okay, Baba Prasad has written the particular what you call program, and he has shared us in the chat box. Okay, yeah, very good. Not the total program has come, but
Second,
anyway.
second వచ్చింది.
Yeah, fine. Anyways, we'll go. First program will be going step by step, and the later ones you may share the particular logic that we have. All right. So number of rows and number of columns have been scanned. Have been scanned. And next one, what we are going to do, we are going to read the elements into what array. Okay, reading the elements into array A. Okay, reading the elements into array A. So what are we going to do now? Okay. Yeah. How do you read the elements? Except Banu, because you have given the program. I just want other people to respond. Why? Because step by step, first program will I'll
For I
get
equal to
very good. Okay. For I equals to
I
0.
equal to 0,
Very good. I
I
equals to
less than m,
less than
okay. I less than
n.
m. Very good. I plus plus. Okay. Right.
I plus plus.
And next for j equals to 0.
Again for
Uh,
j equal to 0, j
J
less
less
than
than
n,
n, J plus
very
plus.
good.
j plus
J plus
plus.
plus. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Yes.
Scanf
Scanf.
Percentile D,
percentile d,
Very good. Mm.
yeah,
Ampersand
Ampersand.
ampersand
A of.
P of ing.
Very good. A of I N J. A of what? I N J. Right? Very good. And after that, so you have read the elements into what? Array. So what is the next thing that we have to do? We have to read the second matrix elements also. So what we are going to do? Same cut and copy. Same cut and copy wherein you're going to read the elements into what? Array B. You're going to read the elements into what? Array B. I equals to 0, I less than m, I plus plus. J equals to 0, j less than m, j plus plus, percentile D, ampersand instead of
B of
A. Very good. B of ij. Okay, B of what? Ij. So you are going to read the elements into what? A and B. Both reading of elements into what? A and D is what done. Right? Next one. So your actual logic. Okay, actual logic begins. So what we are going to do? Addition of okay matrix A and matrix B. Okay, so before that one, we are going to do the logic. How are you going to do logic? What is the logic? Core logic. This is the logic for what? Addition of what? A and B. Okay, the same for loop for I equals to 0. Okay,
I less than n, I plus plus.
very good. I equals to 0, I less than m, okay, I plus plus, the same for loop, okay, because we have two subscripts. Obviously, we need what? Two for loops. For j equals to 0, j less than n, okay, j less than n, j plus plus, yes. What are you going to do now?
Sum equals sum of
Yeah, sum is there, but we have taken the matrix as what? C. Okay, we
C.
have, yeah, we
c
have taken,
equal to
very good. We have taken the
c
matrix
equal to a plus
C of ij. Normally, if you want to use two, if you want to add two numbers and put it in what other variable, we are going to use what? C equals to a plus b. The same logic, but we are dealing as we are dealing with arrays. As we are dealing with what? Arrays. Okay, we are going to use C of ij equals to C of ij equals to A
yeah,
of ij. Okay, A of ij plus okay B of ij. Okay, A of ij plus B of ij. So someone messaged me. Good, good, Rutika. Okay, C of ij. Okay, right. Keep responding like that so that you don't sleep and I don't sleep. C of ij equals to A of ij plus B of ij. So that is the actual logic for what? Addition of what? Two matrices. Now we are going to print out the resultant matrix. Okay, printing the resultant matrix. Okay, right. So how are you going to print? Can someone
again for loop,
very good.
again
Okay,
for loop.
again for loop. Okay, instead of saying this one, okay, what you are going to do? For loop again, right? For I equals to 0, I less than m, I plus plus, j equals to 0, j less than n, j plus plus, scanf percentile b. So in place of scanf statement, what you're going to write?
printf.
Very good. Printf, yeah, percentile d. And what are you going to print out?
of 5J.
Very good. C of ij. Excellent. Okay. C of what? Ij. Okay. Instead of, yeah, we are going to print C of ij. Now, okay, let us see whether we'll get the output or not. Okay. This program is already discussed, almost like, printing the array elements. But you have to remember some presentation logic also. What is the importance of presentation logic and all that I'll let you know afterwards. This is CSM array program 1, okay, dot C. Okay, right. So compile. Okay, compile. I didn't have any errors. Execute. Number of rows is what? 3. Number of columns is what? 2. Okay, so what's happening? It's been execution. You didn't get a prompt message. What we are going to do after entering the number of rows and number of columns, let us have a prompt message saying, like, before entering elements into A, let us have a prompt message saying, okay, enter. Okay, if I have m rows and n rows, okay, total number of elements are what? Total number of elements will be what?
M into n.
Excellent. So I'll be saying enter good 6. Okay, good. Okay, enter percentile D elements. Enter percentile D elements. So what is that percentile D? What is the value for that percentile D?
M into N.
Yeah, very good. M into what? N. Okay, M into what? N. Right. The same thing. Okay, I'll put a backslash in so that we'll be entering the elements into the next line. Now I'll take the same statement and do it for B as well. Okay, sorry. I'll take the same statement, enter percentile D elements into array A, just a prompt message, right? Printf, the same printf statement, okay, percentile D, enter percentile D elements into what? Array B, into what? Array B, m into n, for I equals to 0, I less than m, I plus plus, j equals to 0, j less than m, j plus plus, okay, the same thing, okay. So that is what the importance of your prompt message. While I execute, it'll say what to do. If I don't have that prompt message, you don't know what to do, right? So it is saying like enter 6 elements into what? Array A. Okay. So let us say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 elements are entered. Enter 6 elements into what? Array B. I'll say 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. Okay. Did we get our output?
Sir, at last we need to print backslash n.
Okay, very good. We got our output, but it is not in the proper order. We have to present it in a matrix form. We have to present it in what? A matrix form. So how do you do that one? After a row print, how can we know after a row has been printed, one row has finished? How can we come to know? How can we come to know that a row has been finished?
If the jth loop is completed, one row is completed.
Very good. After the jth loop is completed, you can say that one row is completed. So after that one, I have a printf, okay, with a backslash n that would print the data into the next line, all right? And next, after percentile D, put, okay, 2 spaces so that after each element that you have, a space will be printed and the next element will be what? Printed, right? Control yes, compile it, and let us execute. Say we have a 3 by 3 matrix, 9 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, 6, 7, 8, sorry, 8 and what? 9. Next, enter elements into array B. I'll enter all the ones, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1, and 1, and 1. Okay, you got your answer. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 79, 9, and what? 10. That is what your matrix format. That is what your matrix format. Okay, right? So first problem statement is done, which is what addition of what two matrices. Okay, I'll execute. Meanwhile, can someone take us 1 minute when I say to take a screenshot? Please do it and put it in the group for me. Okay, one, and one, and one. Once. Now I'll edit this particular thing, put it here. Yeah, can you take a screenshot now and put it in the group, ma? Done. Someone has taken.
Done, sir. Done, sir.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Now, the second problem statement that I mentioned yesterday, okay, let it be saved, is regarding the subtraction. Yeah. So what is the difference between that one? Instead of putting, yeah, this would change, right? Instead of saying C A of ij plus, you will be saying what? Minus. That's only the difference. Rest of all is what the same. Rest of all the program is what the same. So I don't think I have to explain that one. You can try it on your own.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So simple problem statement. Once you know this one, even plus addition of matrices also is not needed, but to know to make you know the presentation logic and all, I've asked you to do that one. Yesterday we left this particular topic wherein yeah, these are the problem statements, I suppose. Addition of matrices, subtraction, these two are done. Okay, can someone tell me how to write a program or to print the transpose of a matrix? Transpose of a matrix. Someone responded. 1 minute.
Two big
Let me
different of
take the
the
chat. Transport. Yeah, you did it right, Ritika. Yeah, please. Can you share the screen, ma? Thank you. Thank you. I'll stop presenting. Please share the screen and do it. Yeah, Ritika, please move ahead. Sure, sure, sure. Take your time. Meanwhile, I'll check with the attendance before your friend shares the program. Good.
So is it like visible?
Your presentation is not visible. Just it is saying it is presenting, but we
Okay.
can't we can't see your program.
Just a second.
One, two, three. Yeah, now if I think it is visible. Yes, ma. Good. Yeah, it's fine for me. I can see. No need to have settings. Ritika, one shortcut is if you hold your control key and scroll the mouse over, it will be magnified.
Yeah, sir. Actually, I don't have my mouse right now.
Okay, okay, fine. Thank
That
you,
is why.
thank you. Okay, okay, fine. Yeah, good. Um, can you execute? Go on, hit execute it. Is your answer right?
Yes, sir. Rows and columns are interchanged.
Okay, so you have to tell, yeah, the first one that is printed is like, your actual array, then the other one is what the transpose of that one. So before printing, after entering the elements, make sure that you write like, the elements in enter, the elements in array A are, okay, so that we'll come to know that that is the output regarding the elements that are in A. And after that one, put a prompt message saying that one, the transpose of a matrix of A. That would give the clear idea of the output. Yeah, good. Good. So the array elements after transpose is what? 2, 5, 3, 6, and what? 4, 7. Great. Okay. Can someone optimize this particular code? Do we really have to take that trans of ij? Do we need another? Yeah, your program is perfect. It's so professional, but can you optimize this code saying that by not taking another array trans of AI, and can someone try it? So what we have to do for that one?
So I tried doing it, but I think we should change the loops as well along like
Yeah, you change the loop. No, you need not change the loop. IJ, then you
because
can. Mm,
I and M and N's value will get interchanged now. So then we have to change
excellent.
the.
Okay,
So
right.
I couldn't do that. That's why I did this.
Okay, fine. Mn values will be interchanged, and you can see like AFI that would be done. Okay, good. Okay, now yeah, that's the your transpose program. You already know what is the transpose matrix transpose. You have learned from your childhood, right? So now that program is also done. Okay, because Ritika has explained. Okay, we'll quickly get into because we just have a few minutes more. We'll get the idea of what a diagonal, how do you print a diagonal elements, lower triangular matrix and higher upper triangular matrix. That will be done. Okay, so these three are done. Okay, first three programs are done. Next you are left with what? Multiplication, printing diagonal elements, lower triangular matrix and upper triangular matrix. So once they are done now, I hope majority of your next week's programs, lab programs are done. Okay. Yeah. Now we'll talk about the discussion regarding 5, 6, 7 printing diagonal elements, lower triangular matrix, upper triangular matrix. Yeah, fine. So what is the idea behind how can you say, I will get to this particular visual presentation. Okay, this is your visual presentation. Sorry, I had to see, I have to wait because I got a message. Okay, right. So how do you print diagonal elements? How do you print diagonal elements? How can you say in your mathematics, how do you print diagonal elements, ma? Yeah, someone messaged. Yeah, very good. Okay, if I equal to double equal to what's j, that's great, Ritika. Okay, so if I say the same principle of your mathematics, okay, so when you say diagonal elements, if I value equal to j, then you're going to print what? You're going to say that one is what? Diagonal. Okay, in the matrix that is given in your, on the screen, can you say which are diagonal elements? It does look like a maths class, but we cannot help it. Why? Because we are going to implement the same thing by using your C program as well. Okay, just a thing like, what is a matrix, just a review of what a matrix, and then we can get screen is not visible, sorry. I think I've stopped the presentation. Okay, so this is your matrix. Say this is what your matrix. Okay, and in the matrix, what are the diagonal elements that are there?
1, 5, and 9, sir.
Very good. 1, 5, and 9 are your diagonal elements. Okay. So how do you come to a conclusion? How can you implement by using the sim program? See, it is what 0, 0, 1, 1, and 2, 2. So you already know we have two loops. We have two loops to what process or iterate over your elements in your array. Okay. First, the outer loop is what? The outer loop is what referring to the number of rows, and the inner loop is what referring to the number of elements that has to be printed in what each row. So that was the general idea that we had to print up. Okay. Now here you can observe if I want to access this particular element, I'm not dragging it, but those are all uh, for those who are all known, it's okay, but those who are not known yet, okay. So if you observe, if I want to access this particular element, it is what zero, it is what I have to say a of 0, 0. This is what a of 1, 1, a of 2, 2. If you observe the ith value, first one is what the row number, and the second one is what say the column number. Okay, this is what row. Okay, row number 0, 1, and what 2. Okay, and if this is what row number 0, 1, and what 2. Okay, so if your row number and what you call column number are equal, then that particular number will be your what diagonal element. That particular element will be what your diagonal element. So these are your diagonal elements, right? So that the same thing you can be implemented by using your C program. At least how do you do that one? I'll just go ahead and copy this one. Okay, this is what your program, control V. Okay, A of 50, B of 50, 50. Do we need B and C matrices? No. Okay, because we are dealing with only one matrix. Okay, I, J, M, and number of rows, columns will remain the same. Enter percentile D elements into what array, that is done. And after that one, you are going to write your code, right? So finding the or printing what your diagonal elements. Okay, printing diagonal elements. Okay, how are you going to do that? The same logic. If I equal to j, so you are going to run the same loop, for loop, little bit speed, because you already know the idea of what how do you read the elements into an array. Okay, and printing the elements and all. So I'm using what I need to print the diagonal elements. For printing, we already know the function is what printf. The function is what printf percentile d, right, comma. Okay, so what I have to print, I have to print the value of what ij naturally. So but when it has to be printed, okay, we need to write a statement just before it. What we have to write here
If I
now?
equal to j.
Very good. Very good.
If I equal to Z.
Equal to j, then only you're going to print that particular elements. Otherwise, stay calm. Okay, so after printing, let us put a backslash in so that it does look like a diagonal elements, right? So before this one, okay, put a prompt message, print f, okay, saying that diagonal elements are. elements of matrix AR. Okay, so and a backslash n, so that it will be printing the next line. Okay, I hope it will work out. Just quickly compile and execute. So dia csm.c. Okay, so what was that mistake? We had a mistake. What it is saying? Ekkada? Okay. Subscripted value is neither array nor a pointer nor a vector. Where did we go wrong? A of ij, I equal to 0, I less than 1, I plus plus, j equals to 0, j less than 1, j plus plus, scanf percentile d ampersand a of ij. A of ij. What is the error here? Can someone spot out? 22, line number 15. Everything is right. I equal to 0, I less than m, I plus plus. J equals to 0, j less than n, j plus plus. Just remove it and scanf percentile d. That's what we wrote, but I don't know. A of ij, I and what j. Okay. A is declared. Okay. What was that mistake, ma'am? Can you spot the mistake here at line number 4? Can you spot the mistake? What happened? Can you read out the mistake and tell me where to? I've already given you the clue.
So we
One.
declared only
Column.
rows and
Ah,
we didn't declare columns.
excellent.
Column.
We didn't declare the columns. Excellent. Okay. So that was the error. Just remember, if you get this sort of error, it is like, we have declared only the rows, but we did not declare the number of columns, right? Control yes, and it will go, yes.
Sir, semicolon.
Semicolon. ఇది మాత్రం బాగా పడతారా? Okay, right. Let us execute that. Okay. 3 by 2, enter 6 elements into array. So I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Diagonal elements are what? 1, 5. Okay. So it is what? The number of rows are 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Of course, the diagonal elements will be what? 1, 2, 3. Is it the right answer?
Sir, backslash.
Backslash and పెట్టంలే కానీ is that the right answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Okay, that was what you're printing of what your diagonal elements. The next problem statement is lower triangular matrix. Okay, and upper triangular matrix. Let us come to the same picture here, wherein can you spot the lower triangular matrix elements in this particular matrix?
4, 7, and 8, sir.
Lower triangular matrix.
Acha, 2, 3, 6, sir. 2, 3, 6.
Matrices again, lower triangular matrix means you're going to print out the elements that are
below the diagonal.
below diagonal elements and below the diagonal elements. Other ones will be what? Zeros. With that, can you let me know what are the what is the answer for lower triangular matrix for this particular matrix that you're seeing on the screen?
1 4 5 7 8 9.
Very good. 1 4 5 1 4 5 7 8 9. So what is the thing? I'll just color it with what another one. So these are all what this one and what this one. So these are what lower triangular elements. So those elements have to be printed. Only these elements have to be printed. Rest have to be printed as what? Zeros. Rest has to be printed as what? Zeros. Okay. How can you do that? In the while printing the diagonal elements, what is the criteria that we have taken into consideration? What is the criteria that we have taken into consideration? How did we guess? Okay, your ith value and jth value should be the same, right? Yes or no? Then we've printed that particular element.
Sir, if I less than j,
Okay, I is less than j. Okay, sorry, this has to be shifted. Yeah, this is what 0 1. Sorry, this is what 1 0, and this is what. Yes. చెప్పండి. How can you print out only these particular elements? If you know that one, printing the upper triangular matrix is also okay. How are you going to print?
I greater than equal to j.
Excellent. Okay, your I value should be greater than or equal to what? J. I value should be greater than or equal to j. Then you're going to print out that particular element. Then you're going to print out that particular element, right? So you can observe, for example, here I value and j value are equal. Here I value is what? Greater than, okay, j value. Here also I value is equal to what? J value, right? Here you can observe these three things. Okay, even this one also, where I value is greater than, I value is greater than, I value is equal to, okay, the jth value. Now coming to what? Lower triangular, see, upper triangular matrix. So what are the elements that are that you can consider as what? Upper triangular matrix. Answer for this. Okay, you have your matrix here. Okay, what is the upper triangular matrix? If I want to print the upper triangular matrix, what would be the answer? Mathematics. Lower triangular matrix విన్నారు కదరా, అప్పర్ ట్రయాంగులర్ మ్యాట్రిక్స్ చెప్పండి.
1 2 3 5 6.
To j.
Yeah, so these are all okay, this one and this one and this one, okay, is what the elements of your what? Upper triangular matrix. So 1 2 3 5 6 and what? 9. So that has to be printed, those elements have to be printed, otherwise the remaining elements have to be printed as what? Zeros. The remaining elements have to be printed as what? Zeros. Okay, yes or no? Okay, that's your algorithm. What did we discuss? You're going to try. I have given you the idea. I wanted you did not write the program. Okay, this is your what? Yeah, diagonal elements. If I and j are equal, so that particular element will be the diagonal element, and you are going to print out that particular element, right? And lower triangular matrix, lower triangular matrix. Okay, if I is greater than or equal to j, then print that particular element. Okay, otherwise you're going to print that particular element as what? 0. I want it in the matrix form as well. In the upper triangular matrix, if I less than or equal to j, then you're going to print out that particular element, else you're going to print out what? 0. Okay, you're going to develop the program.
sir, I have a doubt.
Yes, ma. Yes.
Sir, can't we take if I less than j in upper triangular matrix? If I less than j, we print zeros. Else, we print the elements.
If
I less than j, we print zeros. Else, we print the elements in upper triangular matrix.
yeah, it can be there. You are doing the reverse logic. I understand. You can do that, but generally generally when you categorize, so basic logic, right? First we have to develop the basic logic, and then you can improvise your logic according to the needs. You can do that, then you can get it. What all, see, my logic is not the ultimate one. Okay, ultimate one is what? You have to get your answer as per the test cases. That's it. You can do that. Okay, so develop the program so that this one. Tomorrow we are going to discuss about multiplication program, and also these programs I'll check. Okay, so this is array 2D.
Sir, do you have any idea? Will it be online or offline?
Most probably it will be offline. Most probably. Okay, but you'll be getting the information by today evening.
Okay, sir.
Which one do you want? Offline or online?
Anything?
ఆన్లైన్ సార్.
Online.
ట్రావెల్ చేయాలి సార్, మళ్ళీ మేము ఇంటికి వచ్చాం అందుకే.
నేను కూడా రోజు వస్తున్నారా కాలేజ్కి వచ్చి క్లాసులు చెప్తున్నా మీకు.
సార్ ఆఫ్లైన్ అయితే రేపు మాకు పీపీఎస్ క్లాస్ లేదు, అందుకే ఆన్లైన్ కావాలి.
అబ్బా కొట్టారా నాయన. సరే సరే సరే. అవును రేపు మన క్లాసెస్ లేవు కదా యాక్చువల్గా.
లేదు సార్, థర్స్డే.
ఓకే ఫైన్. ఎనీవేస్
మాక్సిమం ఆఫ్లైన్ ఆన్లైన్ సార్? మాక్సిమం ఆఫ్లైన్ ఉంటుందా ఆన్లైన్ ఉంటుందా?
maximum offline. Why? Because by today your government GO is been done. Like the validity of the government GO to give holidays is done by today.
సార్ ఎక్స్టెండ్ చేస్తా అన్నారు సార్ కేసీఆర్. మాట్లాడిన పొద్దున కాల్.
అవునా? మరి నాకేంటి ఫోన్ చేసి నాకు చేసి ఏంటి ఫోన్ చేసి అట్లా చెప్పాడు, రేపటి నుంచి ఆఫ్లైన్ అని చెప్పాను. నాకు ఇప్పుడే క్లాస్ ముందరే చెప్పాడు నాకు కూడా.
మా క్లాస్
మధ్యలో కాల్ చేశాను సార్, ఇందాక 5 minutes బిఫోర్.
అవునా? మరి ఇప్పుడే మెసేజ్ పెట్టాడు రా, నువ్వు ఇట్లా మాట్లాడుతున్నాను పెట్టాడు నాకు.
అయ్యో మేము
చాట్ చేస్తున్నా సార్.
చాట్ కూడా చేస్తున్నాను నేను.
Right, fine.
Let me note down the attendance for the session.
సార్ పవర్స్ మొత్తం మీకే ఉన్నాయి సార్, ఏదో ఒకటి చెప్తే ఆన్లైన్ పెట్టించండి సార్. ఆఫ్లైన్ అయితే రోజు స్నానం చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది.
అందుకనే కంపు కొడుతుంది ఇక్కడ వరకు. One minute. I'll just give that note. Just note down the attendance. Fine. Where did I put that? Yeah, I started noting down the attendance, but Aditya, you are present now? ఎప్పుడు జాయిన్ అయ్యారు మీరు?
Sir, the power cut in my house, so I joined like 15 minutes ago.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is absent. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 10 and what? 11 is absent. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 is absent for the day. And 20, 21, 22, 23 is absent.
పవర్ కట్ వచ్చింది ఇప్పుడే.
25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 and 31. 30 and 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46,